boy, is that on time or what? I just put gas in the car, got beer, still made it on time. Somebody's got to hold this place together. Guess it's got to be me. Hi, you crazy tattooed kids, you. Look, I'm all alone. We don't have a Brent yet. But he's around the corner. Yeah, I was running around. I just saw my kid. Yeah, I've got a kid. His name is Sebastian. He's super, super cool. But I hadn't talked to him in a while. And finally I convinced him that I owed him money and that he should come by and get it. And, of course, I didn't, but I had to get him here somehow. And he showed up, so I got to see him for free. Let's see here. All right, boom. I think we actually have pictures for you guys. Yeah, there he is. Dude, this is so perfect because I was sure that I was going to be you because I had to run and get dinner. I had to run and get some food for Diamond, and then we were on like 7 miles left in the car, and I had to go get beers. So I'm like, if I'm stopping to get beers, I'm going to stop to get gas. And I'm like, that's okay. Brent will have it all handled.
Oh, yeah.
And when I came in here, I thought you'd be sitting here, but I beat you, so I went.
All right. Well, I'm glad somebody's here.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, I was just telling him I got to see my kid.
Oh, yeah. How's Sebastian?
Oh, dude, he's great. But unfortunately, he's on this planet with us. So, yeah, he's all right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, like, the state of the world is, not much we can do about that.
I mean, do we include that now when people ask? What do you guys say? Let us, do you take into account that the world is quickly kind of downward spiraling into oblivion? Or do you just kind of act like that doesn't exist?
Yeah, you just kind of floating or living in denial or just,
well, I mean, do you what I mean though, do you include that in your how are things?
Oh no, I don't. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I did today when I showed up, but you also had REM playing.
Did I?
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
I feel
perfect.
fine, which sums it up for the day, I guess.
Kinda. Yeah, what really kind of got me thinking, not beyond all the nukes and meteors and everything else that's supposed to hit us and kill us before the end of the year. This is my first time getting a beer out of a box.
I could tell, man. You were like a virgin, fumbling for the bra strap there.
It was.
Need help with that tab?
It was like I was getting driven home from the movie by my mom, and I was sitting in the front passenger seat, but my girlfriend was in the back seat.
Oh, awkward.
And I was like, oh. Anyway, what was I saying? Something.
State of the world.
Yeah.
Everybody's all like, poo.
Oh, that there's no Christmas.
Oh.
I'm like, well, that kind of goes right along with us dying before the end of the year, I guess.
I mean, if they're going to Scrooge away Christmas, then
I think they're doing it just to make sure that we can save some money.
Oh, yeah, because that's really what they care about.
Yeah, well, yeah, they really, really care about how everybody's doing financially.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure that's good. What's your favorite dinosaur?
I'd say Stegosaurus, mostly because, he's got plates on his back.
Oh, yeah. Do they have the 3 spikes on their tail?
I think so, maybe.
It's kind of like a mace kind of thing on their tail that they can...
Yeah, I think so. I believe so.
That'd be kind of cool. They're stubby, though, right? They're pretty low to the ground.
A little bit, yeah. They're not like a, there's not like a pterosaur or T-Rex or any of the ones that are like, really badass. It's
You
kind
don't
of
like
like a
those?
big old bumbling, it's shaped like a football.
Why do you like
he's got a
him
pot
more?
belly.
Why do you like him more than, say,
mostly-
like a raptor?
I think mostly because he's a very distinct looking dinosaur.
Oh.
Very, you could spot him in a lineup of silhouettes.
And how many? Yeah, and we can all count the number of times we've had to look at dinosaurs in a lineup.
Well, tattoo wise, I've did a few tattoos of little dinosaurs, like the little dinky ones, that are like cutesy.
Do you think that most dinosaurs were birds and had feathers?
Yeah, I'd be down for that hypothesis. Didn't they find some feathery looking lines of bone or something like that in some fossils?
Maybe.
I don't
What
know.
I've seen that really kind of got my noodle ka-thumping is they showed a picture of a chicken skeleton from the side, and then like a T-Rex skeleton.
Oh yeah, man, it's like nearly identical.
Yeah, and well, why would this gigantic T-Rex, who if he fell forward would break his skull and kill himself because his arms were too small to stop the impact of his giant head hitting the ground, he'd kill himself. Well, doesn't it make more sense that he would have wings then? Not these tiny little stubby can do nothing with them arms?
Yeah, and that kind of just makes me think like visually that would have been awesome to be around to watch a T-Rex biff it and
that would
totally
with the
scorpion headplant.
You're right, and that's what they say would happen given the size and all the mathematics involved in being that big and falling. If a T-Rex fell forward onto his chin or his head, he would break his skull. He would kill him. It would kill him.
I think it's a very plausible idea
Yeah.
because and that makes them even more terrifying.
The dragon that makes them dragons,
basically a
kinda.
dragon,
Like
yeah,
feathered dragons.
yeah. That
Which,
would be cool.
That would just be a bird, I guess.
Well, I mean, like he ended up evolving into something delicious.
Or does a dragon is a dragon a dragon? Could you have does it the tail that makes a dragon,
I
or
think,
is it the scales?
I would assume it's the okay. Well, it's got to be a reptile, so it's got to be a lizard, right?
Yeah.
So it's reptilian.
Wait, what has to be a lizard?
A dragon.
No. Well, yeah, no. Well, that's what I'm at. You couldn't have a feathered dragon.
I don't see why not. A wyvern, I think, is what that would be.
Oh, is that a Okay,
I think that's what that is.
that makes sense.
I'm not super dragonologist.
Now, is a
but,
wyvern a type of dragon, or is a dragon a type of wyvern?
Oh, I don't know. Which came first,
The chicken or the
the
wyvern?
male or the female? Definitely the male.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite.
This is not my hatch of eggs.
Oh well.
Stegosaurus, you are the father. Oh!
Damn it. Anyway, now you're supposed to ask me what mine is. You fucking selfish.
Okay, I am a dick. That is faux pas.
That's how this works.
Or that is a bad etiquette.
You're not participating in the relationship. I went out of this Mickey Mouse program.
What's your favorite dinosaur, Jack? You had time to think about this.
Yeah, I don't think I really don't think I was never really into dinosaurs.
All right.
No, not as a kid. No, I wasn't into trains. I didn't think trains were.
Okay.
I'm like, why do these look like trains? That's old.
What's your favorite hot rod?
Ooh, there's a lot of. I would love a lot of them, but really, I have a soft spot for the 68, 69 Chevelles.
Okay, that is a very nice car.
I really like those a lot.
They have a nice sound to them too.
Oh boy. Yep, I had one for a short time that was fully customized, had a 396 big block in it, all bored out with nitrous. It was a sleeper. It was just solid, like a deep green.
Cool.
But until he started it, and then the cam and stuff, and it was like it was like 600 horsepower car. It was a good one. One of those I let go that I shouldn't have.
Yeah,
I mean, because you
sometimes-
can sleep in those cars if you had to.
Yeah, I mean, like those older cars are like pretty spacious.
Yeah.
I mean, you could really pitch a tent in the back seat.
Yeah, and it had a I think it had it couldn't have had a bench seat. No.
Maybe the back,
Back was a bench.
because
I
yeah,
don't remember. Anyways, I like fast cars.
Fast cars.
And Diamond apparently loves sharks. Okay, so the word dinosaur was coined in 1842, often cited as 1841, based on the speech. He created the term dinosauria, meaning terrible lizard or fearful great lizard.
yes.
But I think they had wings or something, man.
At least the pterodactyls or pterosaurs or whatever they call them.
You know,
those big-headed beaky bastards.
I think that would have to be one of my favorites.
That one is pretty terrifying.
A pterodactyl would be pretty neat. There's these other.
So that would be
Other
like
ones.
the crane, the crane is its like de-evolution, or it's descendant. Like when
Is the
in
mini version?
yeah, like the little mini version that managed to survive till today, because those things are voracious, man. They are
A crane?
Yeah, they'll eat anything that they can fit in their gullet. Like,
Really?
yeah. I mean, if it's like another bird or even a small mammal.
Yeah, the cranes with the big old bag under their face.
And they're kind of mean too, I think. Like every one that I've kind of seen was like, "Rah," like just
Yeah,
kind of chasing everything off and trying to eat everything.
What did I see a crane eat that was just terrifying? It was something alive that was like you could see it struggling inside of its
rabbit.
neck. Was it a rabbit?
There
or
is a
something?
video on YouTube, I think, of a rabbit getting devoured, and it's like, damn, that is not cool.
No.
bad bird.
Okay, so would it be better to be eaten in one gulp or to be chewed up?
Oh, chewed up for sure.
So getting eaten by a pelican, not so bad.
I don't want to be in a sarlacc pit, like
Right.
dissolving slowly,
Right.
like kind of thinking like, man, I've still got enough air to like really think this sucks.
Like to know that my toes, as bad as they're dissolving now, isn't going to kill me.
Yeah, this stings but
For
I
a
mean,
while.
It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah.
That would suck.
But the whole
Yeah.
getting chewed up thing would hurt, but only until the bite that killed you.
Yeah, I mean, what would be worse if like you just got like chomp, 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 chewed up
Spit
a whole
out.
bunch, and then you got swallowed, and then you're like laying like half of you, kind of like Bishop and Aliens, and you're like, oh well,
That would be a bad time to be an android
yeah,
because you wouldn't die ever.
Well, that would be really bad.
Then you come out as butthole.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Could you imagine being a cyborg crammed in some monster's intestines
That
for
would-
like 3 weeks
That would suck.
while you're
man.
working through?
Makes me wonder if like a xenomorph, like if they get like explosive diarrhea, if a xenomorph had explosive diarrhea, would
be
that-
acidic?
would it?
It'd have to be.
You'd think, because it's got to probably have like a pretty acidic digestive system, since its blood's all like.
That's a good point.
So yeah, you would not want to get stuck
But-
in that fucking tunnel.
But I don't think xenomorphs eat.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
think
never
they
actually
eat.
seen one eat either.
I think they're like worker ants. I think they sustain themselves for a while and then they just probably die.
What do you think they sustain themselves on? Because they have all that like mucus membrane and shit that they exude. It kind of makes their like little hive kind of shit. Like the Giger.
I bet it's-
esque type.
I imagine it's something that they get from the hive mother, like they, because if they didn't have any incentive to stick around the queen, then they would just bail, and the queen would be like, "Hey, man, I need some faces to hug. My baby's down here and needs
Right.
some, So they kind of I bet maybe the xenomorphs are somewhat rewarded every time they bring back a host, and then they get some, some tingalinga from the queen to
Tingalinga.
that keeps them going. So that's kind of like, hey, if I keep bringing this chick bodies, she keeps giving me
All
the
right.
tingalinga that keeps me
Yeah,
rocking.
man, gotta have that Tingalinga.
Because if they're getting their tingalinga somewhere else, then that the queen is so massive she can't go get host by herself.
So that would mean like the in the first Alien movie, then
Yeah.
that lone alien that was stuck on the ship with
Yep.
everybody,
Yep.
he would be like Soldier Boy, you know,
Yep.
like he's all by himself. He's looking for his queen. He's like, "Where my queen at?" And like, you know, he's like, "I can't find her," you know. And then they fucking Superman that hoe out the fucking
Yeah.
out
Well,
of space.
you know, yeah.
So-
Well, he got onto the ship because of the the face hugger.
Yeah.
And then grew up on that ship, and only operating from sheer what you call it at that point?
Instinct.
That.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I think left alone, I don't think the aliens eat.
I wonder if there's so if you didn't have a queen, they would all just die off, right?
Yeah.
So they
Well,
would have
'cause-
to be what do you call it? Hermaphroditic.
What, the queen?
Yeah. Well, they'd have to figure out a way to like get a queen, or
Well-
make one of them a queen.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, like in bees, it's pretty interesting. Bees don't have a queen. They will feed the larva or whatever, like this stuff called royal jelly, which is expensive, I guess, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff, it enriches the bees to be a big booty queen bee,
Latina.
a queen bee.
Yeah.
And then that queen is like, you know, ruling the hive. And
Yeah.
but that royal jelly is sounds like something to,
Like adrenochrome.
well, kind of, yeah.
You took too much, man.
Oh no!
Too much. You took too much.
Can you hear me?
People get brain bleeds, aneurysms, puts bubbles in your brain, man. You took too much.
Can you hear me thinking?
I throw you in that pool, you sink like a stone. All right, then. So,
Well,
yep, saw my kid. He's rock and roll. What?
That was a fun segue.
Yeah.
We went full circle there.
Well, we tend to. We like circles. Perfect, eccentric circles.
Yes.
All right, I think we've got some of those tattoo deals to look at somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is. Yeah, it looks like all kinds of funny business here. Well, let's grab one. We'll just grab this first one. Pacow.
All right.
Pacow.
Wrapping around the leg.
Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know I was a rapper. But yeah.
That is a tricky one to get to lay right, and that looks really nice.
Yeah, not too terrible. I freehanded it on there. I just drew it right on just because, well, trying to lay out a stencil.
It's a nightmare trying to do that with the
wrapping around like that and getting it to flow anywhere near you want it is really difficult. So yeah, he wanted to start it up on the thigh, kind of low on the thigh, which pretty much sent us right into the back of his knee.
Oh yeah.
So it, as it comes around that knee, it kind of drops down so we cannot go right across his kneecap.
That is a good strategy because yes, that is not a fun spot.
No.
So get the ink to stick where it needs to, and it looks weird when they bend the knee kind of.
Yeah, it really gets all distorted and stuff. So it was a one-sitter deal. I think it was 4 hours, 4 or 5
Oh wow.
hours. Something.
Yeah, you knocked that out.
Yeah,
that's
went pretty
awesome.
quick. I kind of did it in chunks. So, I had him laying down, so I would just kind of shade everything on that one side.
I call that rotisserie style.
Yeah, rotisserie him. And that makes it go a little bit quicker and easier.
It does, so you don't have to like keep on moving back and forth and
and like
flipping this around.
or keep rolling them one way and rolling them the other. So, but yeah,
Really good values in that. Like I like the light casting that you got in there.
yeah, they're pretty. The things like that are pretty fun to do. They're just kind of organic and wrapping around, but not a ton to it. But
A rib.
yeah, this I wish there was a way to zoom in. I guess people can do that at home, but yeah, it's It's a portrait. It's a kind of a double portrait of a little girl giving another girl a piggyback ride.
Nice.
And it's the gentleman who's wearing it. It's his daughters.
Okay.
His older daughter and his younger daughter.
And it's very legible. I like the good contrast you got in there.
Yeah.
Oh, what's okay? He does have something on his chest. I was like,
yeah,
that is a okay. All right. I was like, man, that's a lot of hair from that side angle. I was like, wow,
man,
cool.
He's got some really dark chest hair.
Yeah, man, it's really fuzzy.
Yeah,
but that's awesome, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. The little girl has like her hand up in front of her face, and her eye, you can like just see her eye kind of poking through her eyes. And then the other gal, her hair's kind of blowing in front of her face, but you can still...
It's one of those caught in the moment kind of tattoo or pictures. That, yeah, just that very whimsical.
Candid, just that candid shot of life happening.
Yep. That's cool.
I really love doing those.
Very natural.
Yeah, they're way more fun to look at, way more fun to do than just your classic three-quarter posed face.
The modern like Facebook profile photo.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like scripted and just too neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the real photos. Yeah. Those are the ones that capture, the moment.
Yeah, and they have the fun shadows in them and aren't so blown out.
And they can be a little bit hard to do, but when you achieve it good, like you did in this one, like those weird angles where sometimes like, wow, that hand is like, like straight out, visually on the photo. So, you just see fingertips.
Right.
And bam, right there's the palm, and then like there's the wrist, and then like
hardly
bam, there's a shoulder right there. It's like your mind has to fill in those little extra spaces and stuff. And I can see everything. I can tell what I'm looking at there. So
yeah, it was pretty neat the way that I mean, if the little girl was wearing white pants,
that would be
right.
Yeah.
So it's neat that, and it's total happenstance, and that's kind of what makes it even neater, is the balance of black and white and of light and dark is so well done in this just candid shot.
It is.
Because of the hair, the way the pants are cut up by her elbow, which loops her in and around, and the way her foot goes down and falls into the darker part of the leg. It's super, it like if you were going to take a photo, that is a really good photo.
Right.
But it was accidental, but it just so happened that
that's cool.
Accidentally ended up to be damn good tattoo material.
That's awesome. Yeah, because sometimes, a photo might seem like a cool idea, and it might look cool as a photo, but sometimes it doesn't translate too well as a tattoo.
Yeah.
If there's no contrast or,
Yeah, it's good to, and that's one good thing to be able to know by looking at a photo. And what is easy to do that we couldn't really do in the past is adjust all that stuff now, and can really take a photo that really isn't that great, doesn't have a whole lot of contrast to it, and be able to juice up just the right parts of the contrast to really kind of get that picture to get a little more high def, get a little more information out of it. It's really nice. Playing with curves and stuff, it's called, in the programs and stuff, can really help that.
And I did that in one of the tattoos I think I've shared today. There's a dog portrait that was, it's kind of a cover up, fix up, but it was.
Is it
one of those ones where the photo was good, but it wasn't quite there, like it needed just a little bit of messing with those curves just a little bit, and notch the contrast up just a little bit in certain areas, and but yeah, it was
nudging things around a bit.
A little handy having that iPad.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh man, this is on my buddy Nick. He's got some fun ones, man. He's got so like that's the Staub skateboard design.
Oh yeah,
the mad scientist.
Okay, I thought it looked familiar, but I couldn't place it. But yeah, exactly.
So he's normally he's just taking his vials or his beakers or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's like dumping them together, and there's like kind of like a big boom kind of explosion thing happening.
Yeah.
And so on this, he wanted to his dad or his grandfather used to work for the Department of Defense or some kind of manner of like he designed weapons for the government. And he has some cool patents under his belt, where this little spring thing that he would find in his grandpa's home, just laying around everywhere. It's just like a little cool looking coil, tubular, conical spring.
Right.
Just found these things laying around. It was just like, oh, that's just part of grandpa's work. No big deal. When you just grow up around something that's common. And later on in life, he found out what his grandpop did for work, and oh hey, those little things that were laying around those were actually something that he's got a patent on. That's and he wanted to throw that in there, and he threw his grandpa's name in there and stuff. And
nice.
A nice little tribute to that. But that's what the mad scientist is dumping all of his
magic
pill
into
magic, his concoctions.
Nice.
So yeah, we just drilled that elbow last time because it needed a little touch up.
Yeah. Elbows are, they're like that, man. They're kind of like moms. They don't really like tattoos.
Oh, not really. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, man. And, oh yeah.
What is? Oh, cool.
So yeah, this one I did not.
Oh wow.
Start this tattoo. This one was a sleeve that was the bottom portion was pretty much done. Yeah. And it's like this nature thing that transforms into this pretty. There's like this weird. There's a couple other photos, I guess, of the outside. There's this weird, just kind of cool looking, phasey looking. Geometric looking spirally thing that that kind of wraps around the elbow, of course, which is like a great place to have something like that. But I mean, it works. It just looks really cool. But yeah, this has been quite the project. So the upper portion is where I'm working at, and we threw I asked him about
the hecklefish.
Yeah, man. I asked him about UFOs, and he's just like, yeah, you can throw some UFOs in there. I was like, what about any kind of other stuff? And he's like, well, just, if you draw something up, I might be up for it. Just let me see what you got. And I was like, well, man, that would be really kind of funny to have like a hecklefish and like a space helmet.
Yeah.
Kind of with like some mechanical arms or something just kind of flying around. I was like, what do you think about that? And he's like, cool.
That wasn't hard.
Cool, man. Yeah, he used to be pretty laid back, dude. So yeah,
you should get a picture of that and send it to AJ.
I was thinking about that. That would be
get
cool.
a kick out of it.
AJ probably would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gotten many pictures of people getting Wi-Fi tattoos.
You know what? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I probably should send him one. But yeah, hecklefish is fun. If you guys have ever, or if anybody doesn't know, we're talking about the Y-Files. The guy in question is AJ. I don't know his last name, but he has this co-host.
Yep.
That is a little goldfish that he's hecklefish.
He heckles.
Heckles.
He sits there and he's like the little comedy relief smartass.
Yeah. He's what kind of makes it really all worthwhile,
It keeps AJ from going to prison, and it keeps AJ from getting really looked at too hard but he's got a fish.
He's a guy talking to a fish. He must be crazy,
right? He can't take what he says for real. He talks to a fish. And AJ would tell you the same thing. I don't know nothing. Leave me alone. But he has got an incredible show. He talks about all kinds of different things, from cryptids to UFOs to just interesting, weird things, topical things, just all kinds of really. And his production value is freaking as good as you've seen on any show on TV.
And he's stellar, man. He relies on donations and Patreon and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's doing it. He's doing well.
Yeah, and him and his wife both were in TV somewhat here and there along the way, and it shows because the show is killer. And now he does a show called The Basement,
Yep.
which is more of a one-on. He interviews really interesting people, which is a pretty good show. And then he does Campfire Stories, I think it's called. And those are really fun. They're usually like 3 kind of 5-6 minute stories, and they're just kind of creepy stories that he tells. Those are really fun. But
I haven't checked
anyway.
that out yet, the Campfire one. But
Yeah, they're pretty good. All of his stuff is really well. I heard a rumor that that somebody was looking at buying those episodes, like Netflix or something, like up on like Hulu or something like that. But I could be wrong.
I almost kind of hope that. I mean, I don't know what that would imply for him. I mean, AJ. I mean,
Millions
but
of
you almost
dollars.
kind of hope that they don't, because it
Yeah.
almost seems like it's like better off in private hands, rather than
Yeah.
some
Well,
corporation.
yeah. It all depends on AJ. If they want to buy his catalog, and say, hey, we'll buy these for $6, and then hey, maybe next time you got a batch, we'll check them out if we like them. Or they might be like, hey, you work for us, and now you have to make what we want.
That's what. That's what I kind of wonder. If
all depends on the contract,
right?
Yeah. Let's see what else we got in here.
That would be the puppy dog.
The puppy dog.
Puppy dog
Puppy
tattoo.
dog. Can I pet your dog?
Can I pet your dog?
Can I pet your dog?
Get your hand off my hand.
Oh, that's a king dog.
Okay, so yeah, he's King Louis. His name is Louis, and he is sadly passed away. But this guy had this really rough-looking, kind of almost finished-looking dog portrait. I'll say on the hand, and there was some kind of homemade looking fire kind of stuff on the wrist. So if we were going to fix up the puppy portrait, there was going to be his head on fire, basically, is what was going to happen if we didn't put a crown on him. So and it just so happens that this chap's name was Louis.
Oh, that's perfect.
So it's like, oh man, King Louis.
That's awesome.
And that was his boy. His mom and him loved this dog. So we had to do him justice by getting him blasted onto his hand.
That's awesome. That looks really nice.
Thanks, man. Yeah, if, given where we had everything existing, everything had to lay exactly like where that's at.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really much wiggle room as far as altering
Placement.
anything. But the one thing with wiggle room that I did have was a little bit in that design, kind of taking that photograph, which was a color photograph, and kind of altering just a little bit of the light, turning up some here, notching it down just a little bit there. So that really helped for me to be able to see the
legibility in it.
And
that does help a lot, especially if you're not familiar with the face, whether it's a human, a dog, or whatever.
Right.
Being able to kind of see, oh, that's the cheekbone, and that's whatever. That's
and little markings and stuff that you would normally kind of maybe that's light, or maybe that's the hair where it gets lighter. Sometimes it's hard to tell with that stuff. So the iPad came in handy.
Yeah, right on. That looks super nice, man. And hands are not easy. I try to talk people out of portraits on hands at all costs, just because hands take so much punishment through your life. They see every lick of sunlight. Like, they are never not in the sun. If there's sun, your hands are in it, man. And you're always getting them in stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sticking them in things.
Elephants and giraffes and stuff, or what?
I've never been to Africa.
Oh.
Anyways, moving on. What is this? Oh, is this Scott's silly tattoo?
Oh, that's Scott.
Where is
she keeps
it?
on hanging around here.
I thought for sure this one would scare her off, but she's still hanging out.
I really like this tattoo a lot, man.
Yeah, I don't know how well people can see it, but it's a fish. It's a betta fish.
It's a betta fish.
And it's got a paragraph along with it.
Oh, I like the quote. Did she tell you what that was?
Yeah. It was. Oh, this one's a little closer.
It's a cool quote. It's from Skyrim.
There
right?
it is. Yeah. Is it better to be born
good,
or to overcome your evil nature with hard work or something?
Yeah,
or difficult. Good Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something very, very heartfelt and like a pretty sage question, you know, like, because I mean, if you're just born good, how do you know that haven't been tested?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. You know, it's like my buddy said years ago during my first marriage, and I'd had a case of infidelity and I cheated, and my buddy was really kind of kicking my ass for it, you know, was really letting me have it. And I said, yeah, well, it's real easy not to cheat when nobody wants to fuck you, Rob.
You've got a point there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're so awesome because you're too ugly that nobody wants to have sex with you. That means nothing that you haven't been that you've had no infidelity.
Easier said than done.
You've had no possibility of infidelity
without throwing yourself into the arms of temptation, you know.
Right? Like you've never been tested. But I'm better now.
Well, you know, you slip on the banana peel.
It was long ago. It was long ago when I was straight. No. Anyway, that's a fish. It's on Scott. I don't really see her being around here much longer.
I mean, maybe if we give her one more tattoo, she'll go away.
I'll try. I mean, I'll do it if that's what it takes.
I don't know. I have to make sure that Davo knows that, like, he keeps letting her come into his room and, you know, stab people.
Well, he keeps letting her talk.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like, why is that okay?
I don't know, man.
Like, you can just say stuff whenever you want. You can just make a noise with your mouth whenever you want.
Yeah. Evidently.
What? Doesn't anyway. Chicks. Any hoozles. Just kidding.
Vice guy.
About all of it. Anyway, what else we got? These pictures look kind of cool. Let's see how they came out. Cow.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool. Armor on a man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. He was a pretty neat guy too. He came in with a couple different references, and he kind of wanted to do some color, but wasn't sure, and we decided to just involve the color just kind of on the outside of it.
I like that.
To keep the armor looking just a little more legit, I guess.
Yeah, man, it's gonna have good staying power over time. And that chainmail, man, you knocked that out of the park.
Yeah, isn't that neat? It's a really when anybody says chainmail, I kind of shudder and I think about I wish I had my red shoes with the clicky heels on them that I could just disappear and be home. But you can't do that. Those aren't real. Those shoes do not work.
That's a workable. No, those shoes suck, man.
Yeah, they don't work at all. I've never gotten taken home. I've clicked them to death. I can barely wear them anymore. They're so damaged from all the clicking.
You know, they were on a witch when I tried them, and I was just
witch
taking her feet like this.
Yeah. Oh well. No, then you're gonna send the corpse home. Well, you got to put the shoes on. You don't just click the shoes.
I was knocking her boots, and like it just didn't work.
I don't think that's how it goes. But anyway, yeah. This took. It was 2 sittings. I think it was about 4 or so hours a piece on the sitting, so around 8-ish hours, all said and done. And I did all the black except for the chainmail for the first setting. So all the armor and the black in the background of the rips and stuff was all done. And then for the second setting, it was the chainmail and the color on the skin tears and whatnot. So
it looks awesome.
Yeah, two sittings on that one. Again, the guy was really neat, really cool, really nice guy. Sat really well. And had a lot of fun working on him. Seems like I have a feeling he'll be back. He was pretty stoked with that tattoo.
He seemed like a pretty neat dude.
Yeah, he was neat. Is great. I hope to see him again. Let's see, and I think
Flutterbys.
This is our last photo, but yeah, this was kind of just pretty. Oh, I want to say simple, but it doesn't really look that simple.
No.
But yeah, it's really pretty. It's pretty much the way she brought it in. There were some changes made along the way, but for the most part, it's what she brought in. We sized it up. I tweaked a few things here and there, and I think it just took a couple hours.
Those wispy things can be kind of cool with the smoke, just
Yeah.
getting that, just kind of cool
Just
effect
that
of
trickled off kind of. Doesn't look like it's drawn. It looks like it's just kind of hanging is what I tried to make it look like. And yeah, this one's pretty neat. When you look at it closer, even the flowers are kind of made up of that wispy stuff.
Okay, cool.
So it's like there's that petal shape, but then the petal will just kind of fall off into the smoke and kind of drift up, and it'll kind of make another one. And the way it kind of ties together is really pretty neat, which is fun because you get to enjoy it depending on how close you are. Like from how we're looking at it here, it looks pretty. You can tell what it is, but then the closer you get to it, you kind of it almost in a way falls apart in the way that the closer you get to it, the less you see the flowers.
I like that kind
kind
of illusion or visual trick where like from a distance, you kind of see one thing or you see the forest and you appreciate it, and then when you walk up closer and you kind of zoom in and you see the little trees or the little Easter eggs, it's like
even more to
you don't
enjoy.
even really see like the whole picture, which I do all the time when I'm tattooing. I'm like I get stuck in that
the barrel vision.
Yeah, got a little tunnel vision. I need to step back and take a little break and like look at it from a distance.
I think we need to have porno playing in playing in your room at all times.
That definitely would
keep your eyes off of what you're doing. Can you imagine that? Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't do.
Probably shouldn't. No.
I mean, I want to.
I mean, I was thinking about suspending myself from bungee cords and trying free floating tattoos. So we can get to those hard to reach places when somebody doesn't want to turn their arm,
like
or
Mission
something,
Impossible,
Yeah,
hanging
kinda.
from the ceiling.
Yeah, but then I was thinking like, oh man, that would suck if it's just one little, all you have to do is just nudge somebody's foot or something, and all of a sudden you're like,
yeah, you'd need
swinging around
stability. I think you'd need at least 4 points all set up on individual reels that could pull and let go at the same time,
and that'd be cool.
Then you could move in all directions.
You could use actuators,
yeah,
which would be fun until you get drawn and quartered by yourself.
Yeah, until all of them go on, all pull in, and you're just a potato with a head laying on the ground when your arms and legs are hanging in the corners.
So it's a sketch right now. It's a sketch.
I see a picture of in my head. I saw from
it's just a flesh wound.
The cartoon with the old guy and they go back in time. Rick and Morty. I saw Rick's potato in the middle of the room and his arms and legs hanging, and well, that didn't work out. And just draw it and quarter himself.
Well, science.
Smartest guy in the world, my ass. But yeah, I think that's what we have for tattoos. All right, guys, we give it to us.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Hard questions.
What do you got to know about tattooing?
Butter side up, butter side down.
I got it.
Yes. No.
I've been there. I've done it.
There is no maybe.
Well, maybe.
Well,
there might be a maybe.
Sometimes there is. I mean, sometimes it's kind of a maybe, right?
We all used to be big, and then we were causing problems being too big. That's true. There were giants and there were people.
Yeah.
A lot of big people, a lot of big lizards.
Ho, ho, ho.
Running around, making a muck.
Yeah, man.
Running amok.
Making you eat vegetables.
Yeah. Vegetables. Those are...
I went to Jolly Green Giant. That's just where my head went. He's always caused me trouble when I was a kid.
Vegetables aren't real.
He's like, eat your green beans, kid.
Vegetables aren't real.
Fuck you, Giant.
They were made by a vegetable fairy.
Yeah.
The evil vegetable fairy.
They're probably not good for you,
Mm-mm.
They got lots of stuff.
Vegetables in them?
Yeah, I don't know. Nutrients and, glyphosate.
Glyphosate?
Yeah, it's great. Tastes wonderful.
Sounds like the water in Iowa right now.
What's wrong with the water in Iowa?
You haven't been drinking it, have you?
Why does it show?
You haven't been drinking it, have you?
Just a little. Just a little.
No, nitrates are really high.
So
It'll
it's hot
make
dog
your
water.
wiener fall off, and you won't have to worry about getting pregnant.
Oh, well, I'll go get a drink right now.
Yeah, every time I go, I've been to the doctor a couple times in the last few weeks, off and on, just kind of for run of the mill things, and they ask me, "Have you been drinking enough water?" And I go, "No."
Nobody does.
And like, why not? I'm like, do you know of any water that's safe to drink? I mean, I assume you're not asking me, have you been drinking enough poisonous water? I mean, I don't. Is that what you're asking? You want me to drink poison, or are you asking me if I have a place where I can get water that's safe to drink because you need some as well?
Yeah.
Like, what are you asking? Like, of course I'm not drinking enough water. There is no water.
You got your own containers, Doc?
Oh,
Bring
boy,
your own vessel.
Boy, excited about. Oh, yeah. Do you have any tattoo projects that you're working on or that are coming up that you're getting tingly in your wieners about?
I really do. And I was really kind of hoping, so I was late to the tonight, the live stream thing.
No, yeah, we all saw that. All 5 of us.
It happened. But so I was finishing up this tattoo. Well, I wasn't finishing it up, but we wrapped up the day after a few hours on this guy's tattoo. It was a dragon and some cherry blossoms and stuff, but some nice light play with the, shadows and smoke and the trees and life and stuff. So I was really aiming for having something that I could kind of show off tonight, but
You ain't got nothing, man.
Nah,
You didn't have anything.
it didn't end up panning out.
That's
So
a really cool story.
we had to wrap.
That's a
up
really
this-
good story, Brent.
It's a really cool
Well,
tattoo.
I'm glad that you wasted our time telling us a dumb story instead of
Well,
showing us something good.
you asked me about. If
Yeah, I did. I asked you, and you didn't give me
Well, I described it for you.
Yeah.
I mean, as best as I could. But yeah, I mean, there's several other. Actually, his friend's getting one that's kind of like the female version of his tattoo idea, and that one's around about the same kind of thing. But
Is his friend a girl?
yes, and it's just a little bit more feminine, or it's just change,
And what is it?
change it
What's
up a
the
little bit.
subject matter?
Dragon. It's like a dragon that kind of wraps around some flowers and stuff, and there's a sword on the inside of the arm and some smoky,
So half sleeve?
smoky stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Black and gray?
black and gray, mostly black and gray, little bit of color in the flowers.
I've been feeling like, for a while there, I was feeling like I wasn't doing color really hardly ever. And now lately it seems like I've been doing like a lot of color.
It's weird how it kind of seems like it like ebbs and flows. Like there's like sometimes it's like lots of color, and then
Yeah. Is the same with you then?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it just felt like there for almost a couple of years, somebody wanting color, I was like, oh, okay. And it was like maybe a color or whatever. I mean, it just...
yeah.
Usually, like setting up a color palette was just kind of like a daily thing for a long time, just pouring out all your colors and like for every tattoo. And I don't know, maybe, the bulk of my work that I publish and stuff is mostly black and gray. And then, so that kind of feeds its own monster a bit,
I can see that.
which is, totally fine by me.
Do you have a preference?
I wouldn't want to only do one or the other. I think that would be really, I'd get bored of, even if I only did like color once every couple of years, just knowing that I can and that it's there.
And there's some things that just look a lot better in color.
Yeah.
Some things look better in black and gray. It's case to case sometimes.
My brain, I look at, I guess I've always, I started out and I've always kind of at heart just been a pencil artist, a sketch artist, or illustration. I never really got real deep into use of tons of color in my non-tattoo artistic life. I only started using color and really diving into color once I started tattooing. Now that's been 30 years ago, so I've been, I'm very comfortable with either now, but it still kind of seems like my go-to when I look at an image and I'm kind of putting it together and finding where my lights and darks are. I'm seeing it in grayscale. I'm picturing it in light and dark.
Same.
And then if it's going to be color, then I'll put an overlay over it and I'll start changing and I'll start laying on colors. I really don't seem to see colors just right off.
Well, for me, it's like colors are secondary because
Yeah.
you have to have the values of the shadows and
Right.
lights before you have any color.
Right.
And it's kind of like, the cornerstones, that you got to have laid out
Yeah.
before you put the flooring down and the walls up and stuff. So yeah, I think the same way. I'm just kind of like, okay, everything's black and gray right from the get to a degree,
Yeah.
and then and I'll forget sometimes that, I'll kind of have an image, in mind or a colors scheme in mind, but I'll draw up the black and gray, maybe a little bit of color, just like in kind of a sketch kind of manner, but nothing like really blocked out, all the way colored, because it's negotiable. It's something that's like, it could be, we can sway it this way or that way with the hues and the, so I do the same thing. I'm just like black and gray right from the get, and then if it's gonna be color, then we approach that later on.
Yeah, I guess for me, I've always, if I'm drawing something, I want it to look physically like it's as three-dimensional as it can be, and that comes down to lighting and how your shading is, and that effect and the way the object looked didn't have a lot to do with color. In my head, it's all to do with how the light is hitting it, how is it reflecting, how is it playing off of what's around it, and so color was kind of like a secondary thing for me. But again, I don't want to make it sound like I don't enjoy doing color. I love doing color, but
color's fun. My natural kind of inclination is though just black and gray, just to default to that.
Yeah,
I think like everybody starts out kind of drawing black and gray. I mean, not everybody, but if you're gonna draw something with a pencil, what's it end up being? Black and gray.
Yeah, and that I didn't paint. I didn't have any paints. I didn't
really either.
I had a pencil and lined paper most of the time.
I tried painting and I didn't have the patience for it.
Yeah, and I was the same way for a long time.
Yeah.
There was a couple techniques that I learned just kind of doing it that really unlocked the simplicity and the easiness of painting to the point to where now I can paint and have fun and not feel like I can't get the paint to do what I want.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a totally different...
Is it like Bob Rossi kind of like approach?
Well, in the fact that Bob Ross is painting.
I mean, like just in his expedience, like his like speed and his like, hey, he's not even using a brush this episode. He's using a spatula,
Right.
A freaking fan, or
I mean, and he's oil painting.
Is that what you use?
Right, guys? Oil, or did he do?
I'm pretty sure it's oil. Blood.
The A word.
Oh, acrylic.
Acrylic. Yeah, I think.
I'm pretty sure it's oil.
But no, I mean, but that's the thing. You want to do a tree with leaves. You don't like tattooing. You got to draw each leaf for the most part. If you're doing close up, where painting, you get the right brush and it'll texture it. So it the thing that kind of blew my mind when it came to painting once I realized it, and it kind of did the same thing on the iPad, was, you mean I can put like white over the top of stuff?
Oh yeah, man.
I'm like, this is so easy. Like, you can put whatever color you want down and do whatever color you want right over the top of it.
Yeah, when you're coming from
paint.
a tattooing kind of a background or your expertise, yeah, we are not used to that.
No.
The opacity thing is something that weighs heavily every time we do a tattoo, because once it's dark, it's
dark.
There's no going back.
And there's there's an order to which you lay your colors down.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know where you're going. And like normal painting, say like if you're painting an illustration of Mickey Mouse on the door of a truck.
Disney's coming.
You would do all the colors and everything, and then you would go around it with black.
Yeah.
Where it's the exact opposite in tattooing.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that if you learn the process of making art, if you learn it through tattooing, it's completely reversed to what you would do in other processes.
Uh-huh.
So when I would go to paint, I would approach it as an illustrator by wanting to do my lines and then color it in.
Same.
And
then,
that's
shit, you just painted it over.
And that's not how you do it. You know, you paint from the back forward.
Yeah.
You know, you paint. You can just block things in. So you're going to do a face. You can just take lime green and make a big oval. And then, okay, that's your oval. And then you can just start painting over the top. And by the time you're done, you don't see any of that green.
No,
but
that lime green's gone.
But that was just, getting started. It was like, it's like throwing a handful of clay at a potter's wheel. You have to start somewhere.
Right.
Of course, that ball of clay doesn't look like nothing. You got to start somewhere.
And on that base layer, now that you mention it, so that does shine through in some ways depending on what kind of paint you're using.
Yeah.
But it can. And sometimes that makes for some really rich, vibrant tones in the, like almost layers to shine through. And you don't really see it, in the finished product. I mean, you see it, but you don't know it's there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
if it's done right.
That's just like a lot of people don't realize how much violet and how many purple tones there are in flesh tones.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost every pink and red and brownish ochre whatever tone has got this purple. It's got a violet-y mud in there kind of it's weird.
Well,
but if it doesn't have
blood,
it,
right?
Huh?
That's basically our blood, right? Because it's blue when it's not exposed to air, but then it's red when it's.
That's the theory.
Blue and red make purple, right?
Yeah, but you don't have blood outside of your face.
Not when I'm.
Not until now.
At least not right now.
But yeah, it's
sometimes when my face is swollen, when it's all swolled up,
all purpled up,
when I fall on my face like a T-Rex.
Yeah,
because I was still thinking about that. It'd just be so funny.
Well, shoot. What else? You got anything else that we gotta tell these people?
Don't eat yellow snow. That's probably the best tip I've got.
Is it?
Watch out where the huskies go. Don't you eat that yellow snow. Oh, that's an old Frank Zappa song.
Why? What is it bad for you?
Well, it's probably pee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all those snow cones that, the mean kids in school were giving you that were lemon flavored. Turns out that wasn't lemon.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's rough. Huh. But, learning.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
Learning is half the battle. Oh, speaking of pee colors.
Yeah. Speaking of piss.
So update on my methylene blue dosage.
Yeah. Our test subject here has started methylene blue.
Yeah, I'm just trying it out to see what happens. See if I start turning blue or.
Yeah. How's that going?
Only my urine is Smurfy blue. It's
every time, all the time.
Disturbing. Yes.
Every time, all the time.
Yes.
It's
like whoa.
And you're taking like a pill, it's like a pill a day.
One pill a day. And it's like 2% USP or something like that. So 2% of that inside that pill, I guess, is this methylene blue dye, is what I understand it is. And well, anyway, they're supposed to be like, antioxidant properties and like various other stuff that it has. So I was just
supposed to help your mitochondria DNA.
Yep, mitochondrial DNA is supposed to be. It's supposed to help feed that it's whatever it needs, and those are basically the powerhouse of your cells, I believe, is like kind of how I understand it. I'm not a scientist. I just like to experiment on myself.
I just watched a movie with a scientist in it once.
Oh yes,
it's about as close as I get.
I watch YouTube videos of smart people doing stuff, and then I just do what they do.
Not never as good though.
No, it's never.
If
as
it's
good.
like how it goes for me, but
and usually it's always a little bit more, catastrophic whenever I do it. But anyway, this seemed like an innocent enough, affordable enough approach to, hey, let's see what it does.
Yeah,
maybe I'll turn blue, No, so far so good. I mean, no.
What else? What has it done
not
anything?
My poo. No. Everything else is normal.
You don't feel
I don't
sharper?
feel sharper. I don't feel smarter, wittier, faster, stronger, harder, blacker, longer. None of that.
Huh.
So.
And now is this dose you're on? Is this?
It's what it says to take.
Just on the bottle.
One.
And this isn't something you
preferably
ramp
with a
up
meal.
on?
No. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, like, maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I should eat the whole bottle.
I think you should try.
Yeah, it's my
Don't
for science.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, so I mean, like right now, it's just like, cool, man. I got some confetti side effect.
But maybe you haven't asked your DNA though.
No, but I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know if like it would even be possible to really see any kind of physical or feel any kind of physical results.
Why?
Well,
I've heard people that feel physical results.
Not impossible, but unlikely given the fact that, you know, my diet and my, you know, lifestyle is pretty chaotic.
Oh, you overtake any positivity that you're getting, you think?
Oh yeah, just
you're just running it right over.
I just like a feedback loop, you know.
You're like my brother. He used to jog but smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, that sounds awful.
Well, he said it offset his smoking.
Ugh. I mean, that would just.
He was supposed to be the smart one.
Oh, that didn't work out.
No, not at all. No, he was the complete.
Okay, well, it's a good thing you didn't pick up on that mentality, because that just sounds like the only time I want to run is when I'm
being chased.
Yeah, or I'm chasing something. But, you know, I don't really want anything that bad. And
yeah, I was going to say, I can't think of one thing I would want to chase ever.
If something's coming
Not
after
right
me,
now.
I'm out, man. I'm skedaddling.
What would I want to chase?
I'm making the Scooby-Doo sounds.
Let's see. I would chase...
Chicken?
Oh, I would chase someone who just, like, hurt somebody I love.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd chase them.
You know what? I thought about chasing a car last night.
Like a dog?
Oh, wait, no. Well, yeah, I would have actually been like a dog. They pulled out in front of me, and okay, so you know the chaos of my vehicle has like a bunch of like parts. And stuff, you know, from like robot.
It's total
building.
crackhead, yeah.
So like, you know, my passenger seat's like got a box that's just full of like open little boxes that's got like all kinds of screws and nuts and bolts and shit. So anyway, to escape a head-on collision, I had to swerve and slam on my brakes, and yeah, dude, like that entire box went bam, like hit the front and just like, you know,
explode.
Like an explosion of like mini screws and roller chain, and you know, fortunately none of it hit me. And it could have been a lot worse than what it was, because I didn't hit the car that pulled out in front of me. Yeah. So that was good. But then like once I realized like kind of, you know, after my heart kind of like I stuffed it back in my throat,
right, and
got it to kind of like stop beating so hard. Then I was like, it was way too late. But I was like, I want to turn around. Like, and it wasn't like that they almost like changed both of our lives. It had nothing to do with that. It was just rage because of all the shit I got to clean
I know.
On my fucking floorboard and all over the seat.
Have you started?
Yeah. It didn't take very long.
Did you use a magnet?
Yeah. It could have been way worse.
I was going to say, do you need to borrow a magnet? But I figured you had a couple laying around.
I love magnets. But yeah, dude, I was about to chase that car down. Like once I realized like, oh, they might not be that far away right now.
Well, you're the one who hit the brakes.
Well, I had to, and I had to hit the brakes and swerve, man. Otherwise it would have been like, yeah, because they just like turned right in front of me, and I was like, ah. I probably had a pretty funny face if, you know, if it was if you pulled out in front of me and you're seeing this and you're driving a Tesla. I want to see that
Tesla. Oh yeah, the video.
Whatever. Yeah, there's got to be a video of like.
Oh, if it's a Tesla, there's a video.
my surprised dumb face, like, you know, while I'm like
and all these screws flying by your face.
There's just like all these static screws in the air. Like, what's going on in that car?
Ice cream truck?
I do look like an ice cream truck.
That's what Starr says.
I mean, it kind of could have been, maybe. I don't know. Didn't have any ice cream, though.
I figured that was...
I screamed.
I figured that was some sort of MK Ultra trigger word, and you were supposed to assassinate me.
Oh. No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it? Okay.
No, that wasn't it.
Thank God.
She's got a series of other words she has to
Hopefully
repeat.
it's something hard to just come across during daily.
Rutabaga, avocado, nunchuck, and something else. I can't remember what the other one is.
Well, you'll know when you hear it.
We won't trigger it.
You'll know it's strawberry.
What's yours?
I don't know yet.
You haven't found it yet? Any of them?
I don't think so because you black out, don't you?
I guess.
You'll black out and you won't know.
Did you ever watch that movie MK Ultra?
No.
I think it's called MK Ultra. I don't know, but yeah, it's like the there's like a 5 or 6 words that, man, once you say those words, you can turn in from a mild-mannered tattoo artist to evidently just a tank of a machine.
Well, more than likely, we were all taken out of the classroom at one point, taken into a room, programmed with some sort of word, and programmed to forget all about it. So then later on, we'll be activated.
I pledge allegiance to the Party Boys.
No, would you chase would I chase an ice cream truck? No, I wouldn't.
I'd probably be too fat to chase an ice cream truck. I probably
right now?
I would want to. Well, right now I wouldn't.
I think they're talking about like now.
Oh, right now. I guess if I haven't ate any ice cream and it's not summertime.
Do you think most time when people ask you a question, they're asking you about it later when you're fat?
Well, sometimes I wonder about it. Like, would I do this? Would the old me have done this? Would the current me do this?
I think that's the question.
Would the me in the future do this? That's kind of like because I'm not just me now.
So you're answering from the future first?
I'm trying to answer for all of us, or trying to get like a base median,
So you're trying to guess? Why don't you just tell the truth?
I already know the past, so I can already say for certainty I wouldn't chase an ice cream truck previously, but I mean, it depends on what kind of ice cream.
Is there a past? I think there's just now.
Well, yeah, you're right. Let's live in the moment.
I love it. All right, you crazy tattoo watcher people, all 4,000 of you.
Love all 4 or 5 of you.
Anyway, we were going to have my kid on tonight, and I was going to make fun of him in front of everybody.
Maybe next time.
But he was too smart for that. He ran out, so maybe next time. But anyway, you guys, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for looking at the Tattaroos. Thanks for listening to our craziness. And remember, swing by next week with all your wacky tattoo questions or story ideas.
Or bake a pie. And we will
review it.
Yeah.
That or
chicken
I get
wings. A pie in the face, maybe.
Or steak.
We'll see. We don't really want to waste pie, though. I mean, good pies.
We'll eat it, and then
then we can do a whipped cream.
What do they call that? They call that muck diving.
Oh yeah,
mukbang.
Mukbang.
That sounds sexual.
It does, man. It sounds like something like almost like a lady you would meet in Taiwan or Bangkok or something. Like
my name Muck.
I gotta go meet my mukbang, get my massage.
Oh, that'd be a good name for a massage parlor.
Oh, it would be
Mukbang massage.
Man, you gotta work. You got some names down, man. Skin Kitchen, Mukbang. He's
got them all.
He's just got a